Hey gang, what's good? It's Wes. Welcome to another episode on the art channel. So this is going to be kind of an update episode. However, we are going to have a time lapse on it as well. And yeah, so let's just dig into a few things of news, a few things of updates, and the whole reason why we're going to be doing some more time lapses. So yeah, let's get to it. Alrighty, so update time. So before we get too far into the art side of things, I did want to do a quick shout out that I've opened up a second channel. So if you've just been here for my art stuff, you may not have known that in a previous life, I was big into like games journalism and doing podcasts and, writing freelance for websites and doing all that type of stuff. And yeah, I had a podcast for almost 8 years where I did it once a week. And that turned into kind of a video show called Wes versus Backlog. And it's funny, you can actually, if you dig into this channel, you can see the old gaming stuff. If you click on videos and like go way, way back, it's nothing but game videos for like 7 years, right? And then we made the pivot. We made the pivot to the art channel, which I've been blown away by the support and super happy about that. However, I have been getting some requests from not only like fans of the old show, but also like game developers that want me to cover their games. They wanted Wes versus Backlog back. So I opened a new separate channel that's just going to be all the game stuff. That way this channel is completely dedicated to art. I don't want to build up everybody's trust with posting art and tutorials and time lapses and stuff, and then just start spamming out gaming videos. That doesn't seem fair. That's not maybe what you signed up for. But if you did want to sign up for it, I'll have a link to the new channel in the description. But if you go to youtube.com and then it's just Wes versus Backlog. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I already did a new episode over a cool strategy game called Control Alt Deal. It's a lot of fun. We spent about an hour playing it. Super fun. But yeah, so I just want to get that out of the way. That's going to be once every few or maybe a few videos a month type of thing. Kind of the same, cadence that we've had here for the art videos. But that brings us to the art side of things. And, to raise the YouTube algorithm, you need to post more regularly. They want at least one video a week, all that other stuff in order to like keep monetarily up and keep the views up and all that. But as you all know, that's not super important to me. I make a vast majority, literally 96% plus of my income based on being a working artist. I work with studios. I work with clients. Right now, I'm knee deep in a Magic the Gathering set. I have some stuff going on for Troll Lord Games. I got other book covers I can't announce yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and that's a great problem to have, right? I know earlier we did a video about that I might have to give up being full-time, and while that might still be the case, thankfully, since that video, I have made more money doing the job part of things than I did all of last year. So it's the industry is very kind of finicky and kind of feast or famine that way. So just, all transparency, things are going really well. However, that does mean that the YouTube has been taking a hit. The video game stuff's super easy to record. Like I literally can just turn it on, play a game, talk about it, and do it in 30 minutes, and then it's up and uploaded. Super easy. The art videos take a little bit more time. Not only do I have to make the art, do I have to just talk about certain things. Like if it's a tutorial video, show examples. There's a lot more that goes into it. But I do want to post more art videos. So I was at this kind of headspace. Like, what do I do? So I decided I'm going to lean a little bit more into the time-lapse videos. The time-lapse videos that have kind of game soundtracks or like really ambient kind of mood music. Because I actually have a few things I need to study. And I don't have a lot of time to study with the work and the kids and the games and all the stuff. Don't have a ton of time to study. However, I could actually study for you all. So doing time lapses, doing kind of speed paintings, or something we'll talk about in a second,, it gives me an opportunity to do that, also record it, show some of the process. Maybe it can help along the way. I can post some notes in there. If I do certain like brush modes or something, I can do that. I mean, I'm still going to be doing the art, Wes's art tips. I'm still going to be doing the general idea videos and kind of philosophy videos and all that stuff. So that's not going to change. Those just might be like a little fewer and like further between them. But in order to keep everybody kind of engaged and also keep me engaged mentally in the physicality of doing the art that I can show, I thought it'd be a good idea. So I already have the Wes's time-lapse series that, if you go back into the archives, you can see a few episodes of it. And yeah, cool. We listen to cool music and stuff like that. And you can kind of see it sped up, time-lapse paintings. Some of these paintings take 30 minutes. Some take 10 and a half hours, but it's all condensed down into like 25, 30 minutes. And I have something new I want to introduce to it on that same accord. And it's going to be the Wes's sketchbook series. So a brand new time-lapse series that is just going to focus on sketches. It's something I desperately need to do. I need to sketch more. I think a lot of the issues that I run into, or a lot of the stressors that happen during the job, whenever I'm working with clients or hitting deadlines, I think a lot of that could be alleviated if I get more comfortable at sketching, which is a really weird thing. A lot of people, they do sketching first and then have the hard time jumping into painting. I've always been a painter. I was classically trained to be a painter in oils and acrylics. But this gives me an opportunity to focus on kind of the sketch side of things, which is really, really, really fun. I'm nervous about it because I don't do it a lot, so I'm not great at it. But that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a showcase that, yeah, even a professional, we have stuff we got to work on. And I think having you along for the ride as part of like a sketchbook series where you just see me in these various programs, whether it's Krita or Procreate, Photoshop, Clip Studio, Paintstorm Studio, Rebel, Art Rage, any of these programs. And it could be iPad stuff. It could be here. It could even, I don't know, it's out of focus, but back behind me is a traditional art desk. I have watercolors, I have oils, I have acrylics. This could be part of that. More of the time-lapse series, the sketchbook stuff. Work quickly, work on my physical, like traditional art. And so a lot of cool opportunities to do it. But these might be easier to make. These might be a little less time intensive because instead of just doing the recording, the art, and the recording of it, plus editing it together, plus doing all this, I wouldn't really have to worry about all that. I could just deliver some stuff. We could touch base that way. We could chat about it on the Discord. But like I said, the other videos are still going to be here. We're still going to be doing Wes's art tips. We're still going to be doing kind of the philosophical, like art career stuff, like guidance that way. I just wanted to introduce this new topic and this new idea of a sketchbook series alongside the kind of reinvention of the time-lapse series. To kind of give you guys a shout. So hopefully that sounds cool. And, as a little bonus for this episode, let's do the first episode of the sketchbook series right now. I have been playing a little bit more of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Viking theme deal. And I kind of want to sketch a Viking. I want to try to do a dynamic pose, kind of a cool thing, almost like it would be a front cover of a comic book or front cover of like a manga or something like that. So we're going to see. I'm going to do it in Krita. We might just use kind of very basic colors, maybe just some washes of value, not even really going in and getting all nitty gritty. We're going to keep it loose. We're going to keep it dynamic. And yeah, we'll see what this turns out to be. So welcome along for the ride. If you've been part of the ride for a long time, thank you so much. And if you're a real old school cat and you watch the old gaming stuff, that's on its new home as well. So you're going to get more of that. So a lot going on. It's all good. It's all great. But it is a lot. So I wanted to just kind of set the record straight on all this stuff. And yeah, without further ado, let's hop in to this sketch time-lapse. And I think we're going to listen to the great soundtrack from Northgard, a strategy game, which I'm a big fan of. So yeah, let's hop onto it. Let's draw some Vikings, man. Follow along if you want to. And yeah, let's have some fun. So I'll see you real soon. Peace.